Everhood weaves a fascinating tale of friendship, morality, and immortality, all told by dolls, mages, and mushrooms. Hey guys, it's Cody with Indie Game Pulse. Let's get right into it. If you're like me and enjoy crazy adventure stories like Alice in Wonderland, I think you're gonna have a great time on this wild ride. You play as Red, a doll whose arm has been stolen by the Blue Thief. Let's give this one a hand for their villainous performance.
Nice.
Red's single-handed mission is to get back their arm from the Blue Thief. However, there are other motivating factors that lie beneath the surface that I can't quite get into in this review because they would spoil the journey for any of you interested in playing. There are so many twists and turns along the way that I would be doing the game and you guys a disservice by spoiling any further plot points. I can discuss the themes of the story though, and there are many solid ones. Friendship and trust, even among unlikely friends, not judging a book by its cover, and the journey is more important than the end or the start. Like the fungi which are ever prevalent in Everhood, this story grew on me. At first I felt detached from the harsh and distant world, but as I wandered through each new doorway of my own free will, I discovered a world filled with hilarious characters like Nosferatu, a vampire who can't stop sneezing, and the Banjo Frog wearing their straw hat low and playing a mean melody that'll make you tap your feet. We'll talk more about this unique cast in a bit, but the story morphs from one just focused on your character Red and into a story of survival, destiny, mortality, and mysticism. I still don't understand all of what happened in my time playing, and it's one reason why I will definitely be playing Everhood through again. My first playthrough took about 6 to 7 hours, and I anticipate a second playthrough honestly taking about the same time if I'm trying to complete portions I didn't get the first time. The different worlds you enter will also offer new and exciting challenges, like the fairground where you can race go-karts and enjoy a movie, or the forest where you can play hide-and-seek with the adorable mushrooms. These fun side quests often reward you with a new storyline to follow or an item to carry in your inventory for a later interaction. I enjoyed the ability to come and go through the different worlds as I pleased. There are a very few places where a story action needs to be triggered before leaving, and a character will politely nudge you in that direction to make sure that action is completed. Other than these few important instances, I felt like I had free will to come and go from the hub world to the other worlds, advancing the story and direction at my own pace, and the pace felt really well done. The mixture of character interaction and dialogue with the rhythm and dance battling felt pretty near perfect, and I never felt like one aspect of Everhood just dominated. Even at the end of the game, as the story was wrapping up, there was still just as much action as ever, and I applaud the developers for creating such an interesting blend of dialogue versus gameplay. As I mentioned, besides exploring the many worlds in Everhood, there are also more dance battles than a high school musical. These rhythm battling sections are filled with some memorable and some absolutely insane musical melodies, and the characters are equally interesting. As you begin the tutorial against Banjo Frog, you learn to jump and dodge the bars which are coming at you. There's a gradual increase in difficulty as the game progresses, some battles getting really complex and difficult even on the normal difficulty, to the point where I was actually on the edge of my seat hoping to make it through. Some twist you around and distort the screen to make an even harder challenge, and again, this footage is only from the normal difficulty. While this head-on angle is the most dominant throughout the game, there are other battles with a top-down view to add some more variety. I already mentioned a few characters before that you'll meet throughout your journey, but Everhood is filled to the brim with a wacky cast of characters who I grew to care about more and more. They take turns appearing in each new world you explore and offering insight into their personalities, but also a new perspective into your personal journey to reclaim your arm. There are mages, evil professors, gnomes, ancient mushrooms, a purple pig named Gold Pig, and the list goes on. These characters and the story are filled with fantastic puns and subtle plays on words that kept me laughing the whole time I played. Music is obviously a huge part of Everhood, and I would be remiss if I didn't talk about it in my review. For my personal listening, I tend to prefer slower, more melodic music, but I can appreciate even the most bizarre music pieces included here because they fulfilled their purpose. While most of the tracks in Everhood are pretty psychedelic and to me felt a bit off the rails sometimes, these play an important part in making the battling sections so tight and exciting. There are a few tracks, however, that I genuinely enjoyed and would like to listen to outside of the game. One last quick note is the trippy graphics and flashing lights. While fun and interesting, they may be an obvious turnoff to some. To me, it's all part of the world and lore, and it fits the theme of Everhood perfectly. You can toggle light sensitivity and colorblind modes in the options if you need to. If you want to keep finding the newest and best indie games and hear genuine reviews from an indie game fanatic like yourself, click the subscribe button and notification bell to make sure you don't miss another video. So the question is, should you play Everhood? I highly recommend it. One of the game's taglines is "Expect the unexpected," and I can tell you that this game kept me on my toes, never knowing what was coming next. And there are so many choices throughout the game, and even a New Game Plus option, that make Everhood infinitely replayable. With the amount of time and love that I can tell was poured into creating this wonderful world, I'm convinced that there are many stories left untold after a single playthrough. And even if you only play through Everhood one time, it will provide you with an unforgettable experience. That's gonna do it, guys. Thank you very much to my 381 subscribers for your support, and I look forward to getting to know more of you soon. For more top indie game countdowns and reviews, check out the videos on your screen now, and I'll see you on the other side.